We're going to tell you guys everything that you want to know about it. If you got questions, thank you. First of all, I want to say thank you for telling us we had a problem with the volume, because that would have been bad.
Most definitely.
But next, we're going to talk about SBA loans. We're going to talk about lenders, and we're going to go through the different type of loans that the SBA has. So if you guys got any questions, we're going to answer the questions tonight. Drop the questions in the chat.
Most definitely. Yep. Tonight is about getting to the bag. I hope you guys are ready.
Yeah.
Marvin and I was talking about before, when you couldn't hear us, about how SBA has, since the pandemic,
right,
they have made a lot of different changes. They've added new programs. They've even loosened the requirements a little bit on some programs, because I remember when I wanted to get a 7A loan, man, they wanted to look up your with a microscope.
Yeah.
But now things have changed a lot.
Right.
And we want to give you the information so you don't sleep on these opportunities, because you can get to the bag with SBA.
Exactly. So, you know, what we're going to talk about is, first, the SBA is the Small Business Administration. That's number one.
Yes.
All right. The SBA is not a lender. What they do is guarantee the loans for the banks. So that's number one. You're never going to get a loan directly from the SBA. They're going to guarantee the loan through lenders.
Most definitely.
All right. So we'll give you some examples, and then we'll give you a little walkthrough of how this works. So I'm going to share screens real quick. Thank you guys for jumping on here and being so attentive, because we would have been talking for minutes without volume.
Most definitely.
So, all right, here you go. I'm showing you guys the SBA screen here. So you got different types of loan for borrowers. You got 7A, 504, and microloans. But what I want to do is show you the steps. So the SBA partners with lenders to help them increase small business access to loans. So you got the lending partner. The SBA reduces the risk and enables easier access to capital.
And what we mean by that is, just say, for example, Bank of America.
Yeah.
Well, Bank of America partners with the SBA,
right,
and the SBA guarantees a portion of the loan in case you don't repay it.
Correct.
If a small business owner happens to default on their loan, the SBA, the government is coming in, which is the SBA is part of the government, is coming in and guarantee that loan, so that way it opens the bank up to borrow to more lenders. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that makes it better for us, you know, as small businesses. You know, the government is incentivizing banks to lend to small businesses by guaranteeing these loans.
Correct.
That way, you know, it helps the economy flow.
Right. Right. And, you know, the best part about it is you guys are in position. So I want to say two things. Love and Happiness and Christian set an appointment. I got a surprise for you guys for helping us out tonight.
Oh, yeah.
So stick around. I want you guys to set an appointment, probably for tomorrow or Thursday. I got a special surprise because you helped us out tonight.
Most definitely.
All right. So back to what Gloria was saying. You got like places like Bank of America. So let me say this. SBA is notorious for asking for documents.
Most definitely.
So I can tell you already, make sure you got your articles of incorporation.
Most definitely.
Make sure, first of all, let me bag up. Make sure you are a for-profit business, because they mainly deal with for-profit businesses. So you got your articles of incorporation, your EIN letter.
Yes.
Of course, address, phone number, email. You got to have that basic information. Next, make sure you got a business bank account. Because like my wife says all the time, the business doesn't really start until you open your bank account.
Most definitely.
So in the SBA, they want to see that you have all your documents in a row, because once they get ready to deposit the money, they want you to have everything.
Most definitely.
You know, and if you've been in business, they want at least 2 years taxes or 3 years taxes.
Yes.
And also they want to make sure that you have a profit and loss. Like, say it's kind of late this year. If it was earlier, I would say a profit and loss. But now they probably want you to have your 2023 taxes done.
Most definitely.
If not, a profit and loss probably will suffice.
Yes.
So make sure you got all of that. I'm going to show you guys a quick example of the different types of programs. And then I want you to, well, first of all, let me answer one question. Somebody said they don't look at, nonprofit businesses. They'll tell you pretty much that they guarantee the loans, and they mostly want for-profit businesses. Now you can get from 500 to 5.5 million to fund your business. This is the range from small to large loans for business purposes. So you can do working capital. You can do fixed assets, which means furniture, real estate, machinery, equipment, construction, remodeling, all these type of things. You can also do financing, export loans, revolving credit, and refinance business debt.
Now let's talk about what the requirements are.
And this is what, I'm sorry, one second, baby. This is what I was saying. Be a for-profit business. I'm giving you the information right on the SBA's website. So I don't think they really specialize in nonprofits. You may want to lean more to grants. And if you guys want us to, put it in the comments. If you want us to do a live on grants, we'll do a live on grants.
Most definitely. Because it's money out here.
It is.
It's money out here. And like I was talking to someone who, that helps people get government contracts, and grants, and I was like, she was like, why are you not doing government contracts? You guys own a restaurant. I was like, because it's so competitive. And that's what I hear. She was like, baby, it is not that competitive. You just have to do the work like anything else.
Right.
So let me say this. You have to put the work in anything that you do.
You do.
And I was just like, wow. Yeah. She just hit, I just was like, wow, that was a mind-blowing comment for me, because this is what I do, and I'm giving out the same excuses that I hear all the time.
Right.
So if you put in the work, you're gonna get results.
Exactly.
So you have to put in the work.
Right.
Okay. So now let's dive into a little bit more of what you need to have in order to get these SBA loans.
So make sure, number one, for-profit business. Number two, make sure it's in the US.
Yeah.
And the other thing is they want to see credit. Yes. So I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. They want to see a decent credit score. And I'm gonna say the lowest I've heard, what about you? Is
I think a 620.
Yeah, I was gonna say most of the time the government will look at a 620, but if you're a 620, you better have strong financials.
And then it's the other thing. We get this question all the time. Do I need to have good credit to get business credit? Yes.
Right.
So if your personal credit is not good, why do you think they go give you some business credit? If you don't pay your personal bills, what makes you think that they go trust you to pay the business bills?
Right.
I mean, really.
Yep.
So yes, will it go on your personal credit? No, only if you default. You're being a personal guarantor. It's going to be on the business side. But money magnets, we got to take charge of our life. It's time.
And our credit,
And our credit. It's time for us to get ourselves in position. It's too much. There's too many ways out here in this world for you to not have great credit.
And if you guys need help with your credit, I want you to type AI in the chat.
Yes.
So type the 2 letters AI in the chat. I'll send you over a link to an AI software that can help you repair your credit and help you get those nagging negative items off.
Most definitely.
And it only takes about 15 minutes per month to use the software.
And let me say this, babe. If you have bad credit, you shouldn't be ashamed.
No.
Okay. You should want to get it fixed, because life happens to all of us.
It
Bad
does.
Divorce, you lost your job, maybe you got sick,
right?
Whatever the case may be. But what you should be ashamed of, if you're not taking the necessary steps to get yourself out of that situation.
That's real.
I'm gonna say that one more time. You shouldn't be ashamed that you have bad credit, because life happens to all of us.
Right.
But what you should be ashamed of, that you continue to walk around with the bad credit and not take care of you and take care of that credit.
That's it. That's it. So if you guys need help, type AI in the chat. We'll make sure that we send you guys a link to help you, help you out with that and help you get past that. And 2024 is no excuses for bad credit at all.
None.
So now let's get into the qualifications. So
especially if you're following our channel.
That's right.
If you are a money magnet and you follow Marvin and Gloria Smith,
you working on that credit.
You working on your credit.
So look, the qualifications: you got to own and operate a for-profit business. Your business is legally organized as a sole proprietor corporation, partnership, or LLC.
Yeah.
Now you guys can take advantage of a 25% discount on loan administration and origination fees if you're a veteran. So if you are a veteran, if you're an Army veteran or military veteran, you can get special privileges and a discount. All right. So now let's get into the loan program. So first, I want to go talk about the Express because everybody on here is like, Marvin, I need some money now. Like, how do I get money now?
How often do we hear that?
All the time. All the time. So I'm going to talk about the fast money first so we can get that out of the way. Then we'll talk about the slower money.
Fast money.
Money. So the fast money is, all right, you got the SBA Express Loan Program. This is available from $25,000 all the way up to $500,000. Fixed terms over 25 years. Variable rates available for revolving period. Can be used for financing working capital, inventory, equipment, purchase, or refinance of owner-occupied debt. You know, or a real estate, I should say. So what we mean by the Express loan is, I can tell you who's going to get it fast, because Gloria and I seen this during the during COVID. If you got a 680 or above, you're probably going to get that Express money
quick.
My advice, if you want to get 25,000 quick, just stay at 25,000. All right. The moment you go over 25,000, they're going to start asking for documentation.
Most definitely.
So I just want to keep you guys abreast of this. They're going to start asking for documentation. I want you guys to be ready for that. That's why we're having this live. If you got questions, guys, throw it in the chat.
Come on.
Do not hesitate. Yeah, don't hesitate. We will actually get on a free business strategy call with you guys and walk you guys through whatever you need, because you might not be ready for it. You know, an SBA loan, excuse me, has the best terms, but you got to be ready for it. I don't want you going to the bank unprepared.
And let me say this.
Okay.
Hi, Terry. Welcome to our channel.
Hey, Terry.
Okay, so our channel is about helping you empower your finances.
Correct.
Like from credit to business credit, to tell you what the banks to go to tell you which cards are the best card to get on the business side, well, it's the personal side. Like, we're your one-stop shop for your financial needs, you know. So that's what our channel is about. And welcome. And we're so glad to have you, Terry.
And if y'all like the information so far, put some flames in the chat. Let's get this chat lit, y'all.
Yes.
So we're talking about the Express loan.
And Terry, make sure you like and subscribe.
That's right. So with the Express loan, imagine having 25-year terms, guys. You're not going to get this from a bank.
No, you're not.
And when I say get this, I want to make sure I'm clear. The bank has its own products, but it also has SBA products.
Most definitely.
So the SBA products are going to be more favorable. So, you know, the SBA loan, the Express loan, I would only suggest this to people that are new in business and have a very high credit score. Are you okay with that?
Yeah,
I think
if
that's
you
what
want
an
the
Express
$25,000, but if you are older business and you want more money, you still can get the Express loan.
Yes,
but be prepared to give them documentation. Okay.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
And let me say this:
okay.
if your business is not, your credit is not together, let us help you. You know, like, we really have to start planning to get ourselves in a good situation.
Right.
You know, it's too much money out here for you to be stuck.
It is. And we don't want you guys to be stuck. We want you guys to be prepared. Like, my biggest thing is, I want you to go to the bank and be prepared.
Yeah.
I don't want you to go to the bank and guess. And so we want to give you guys all the information that you need to get there. And we want to get you guys to the bag. And so let me go to the next loan.
We do have a question real quick.
All right. Christian says, during COVID was so easy. I have never done any of that. And I just followed some YouTube videos and got all grants and loans. I wish it was easy outside of COVID. Okay. Let me say this.
Okay.
I agree with you.
It was
So,
very easy.
I agree with you, because you know why, Christian? I've been in finance, you know, somewhere around 20 years. And I totally agree with you. Yeah. I remember Gloria was trying to convince me. She was watching Hello Skip and all these guys, and like, Marvin,
I was on it.
There's so much money out here. And I was like, Gloria, that stuff will never happen. But I didn't realize during a disaster or a catastrophic event, they really, they do their thing.
Yeah,
I mean, and I gotta say, besides towards the end, the SBA saved a lot of businesses. Towards the end, they may have not helped as many, But I agree with you.
Just because of the scammers, like
Right.
people take advantage of this stuff. We live in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
And when there's a disaster there, the hurricane,
they are on it.
They are on it.
They are
SBA
on it.
comes in and they are giving out money, but you gotta have good credit.
Yeah,
like
you
know,
do.
like period, point blank.
And so, what we're gonna do, Christian, the reason why we got so inspired to do this, because we agree with you. It was a little easier then, and we want to help you navigate
through the process.
Yeah, how to do it now.
Yeah, and make it a lot easier for you and find out what are the loopholes. How can you get this done? What do you need to get this done?
Right.
So we're going to be the ones that you can come to, and we give you the information. If you have questions, if you want to see certain videos, let us know, because we do all the research for you, and we come back and we drop the gems so that you can make it happen.
Yep. So now we're going to talk about the SBA 7A loan program. Okay. So these are loans available from $200,000 all the way up to $5 million, fixed terms, 25-year, fully amortized, low down payment, low as 10%. You can use this for financing working capital, business acquisition, partner buyout, equipment, refinancing existing debt and bill, also improve or purchase owner-occupied real estate. So this is the SBA 7A loan program. So what I want you guys...
Did you hear that though? Owner-occupied real estate.
Right.
I mean, like, so many people come to us and say, I'm in this building and I want to buy it.
I want to buy it. Yeah.
I want to buy the building that I'm in.
Yeah.
So you are owner occupied. Just think if you had a strip plaza.
Right.
And you went owner occupied in one of those spots and you like, hey, I'm going to buy the whole plaza.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about, y'all. We got to think big. Like, it's money out here to help us. But in order to get to the bag, these are the steps that you need to take. Make sure that credit is on point.
Number one,
we go help you do that. That's going to be a cash flow changer for your business, for yourself. If you're already in business, if you want to start a business, let's get to the bag. Let us help you raise all the capital to be able to get to that bag.
Yep. And so, what I want you guys to realize is this is a paperwork intensive process. I got somebody going through it right now. He was pre-approved for $600,000.
Okay.
$600,000, but they're looking at everything. Like I'm a kind of skip about here. We're still talking about the SBA 7A loan.
Okay.
But what I'm gonna say is he owed IRS debt. So they wanting him to have a payment plan. They're not saying that he had to pay it off.
Right.
They just want to see the agreement that he has with the IRS. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is, don't think this is impossible, but you got to dot all your I's
and cross all your T's. It's so important.
This is possible to do, and it can work for you. So, all right, Jason, thank you for throwing this question out here. Thank you for following us, man. I really, really appreciate you.
And Kristen, we're not going to be back in Puerto Rico until December, but when you're ready to come, let us know.
we're in Tulum, Mexico for 1 month.
And then Cartagena.
Yeah.
Colombia for 1 month.
But that's another, we're going to talk about that later.
Okay.
All right, Jason, this works for storage units, investment homes, and buying businesses. All right, let me answer your question by going to the actual
SBA
website and let you see it. Let me make sure I'm sharing my screen so I don't mess this up. It's a lot of buttons to push in the background, y'all. All right, make sure y'all can see the screen. So look what it says. It says can be used for working capital, finance working capital, business acquisition, partner buyout, equipment, refinance, existing debt and bill, improve or purchase owner-occupied real estate. This one right here is owner-occupied. So I'm not going to say this is for investment property.
Right.
This one right here is for your own building. Say, like right now, we have a restaurant. If we want to buy that building, this is the type of loan we probably should go after.
So he wanted to know, can he use it for?
I think he's really asking about investment properity. And Jason, make sure you let me know that that's your exact question.
Storage unit.
Storage units,
yes. Yes, it can be a business acquisition.
But he has investment homes.
Now, I don't know about
we don't know about the investment homes, but storage units, I would say yes.
Yes.
I would say yes on storage.
And buying a business. You most definitely can.
Yep.
So those are things, yes, you can use it for the storage unit, but for investment homes, I don't think so. But they do have where you can buy investment properties, but it's a different SBA loan.
Right. And we're going to keep it moving.
And we go get to that.
Storage units and buying businesses for sure then. Yes. And so what you want to do, Jason, is pick a lender. One of our favorites, because we've done videos about this. Make sure you check out our video. We got a video about Bank of America, and it talks more about the SBA loans, but we're going to go through a lot of that tonight. Okay. But I want you guys to do me a favor right now. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like this video.
Most definitely.
Because we're going to be coming at y'all. We want you to watch more videos. We got a ton of videos we've made. We're a fairly new channel, but we're not going anywhere.
And we want you to, let us know what you like to see, because this is what it's about. We want to empower your finances. And thank you guys so much for being on.
Exactly. Now, let's go over to the next loan. We're going to go over to what they call the 504 loan.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to share my screen again. So with the 504 loan, loans are available for $400,000 and up. Fixed rate terms up to 25-year, fully amortized, low down payments as little as 10% can be used to finance equipment,
and build,
improve, refinance, or purchase owner occupied. So I want to tell you, I don't think they do investment property as far as homes, but if you set a free business strategy call, I've bought 250 houses before. So
he has flipped, sold, and bought 250.
Wholesaled. Whatever you want to do.
Let me say this. Marvin also has a business plan for real estate,
right,
that will get you the money that you need to do real estate. There's no more hard money lending. You don't have to do any of that. This business plan is fire.
Yep.
Let me tell you guys, we have an attorney that's in our mentorship program.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to say what type of attorney is he? A real estate attorney?
Yes, Gary.
Yeah.
Gary's
he's a real estate attorney, right?
Yeah.
And he jumped into our program, and he was able to
get. He's a real estate closing attorney. Yeah.
Closing attorney. He jumped into our program. We gave him that business plan. He said, Marvin, I ain't never seen nothing like this. And he was able to go get money from the bank. So we can show you, Marvin is amazing at this. He can show you how to complete this business plan. Because how much they gave you? 1.2 million?
You can get 1.2 million. That was 15 years ago. So now, in the beginning, I would shoot for 500,000 to $1 million. And I'll show you how to do this with banks in your area. But the most important part is not the bank. It's your business plan, your credit, and then your net worth. And then they want to make sure that you have 2 years experience in real estate. I can tell you guys that they're one to jump in real estate. You need at least 2 years experience. And what I mean by 2 years experience, they want to see it on your actual taxes. I'm sorry. They want to see on your taxes that you've claimed the rental income on your tax returns.
What about a
laundromat? Yes. So
let's go.
Storage units, laundromats. The answer is yes. The question is, Cecil, I think you may have jumped on here late. I'll do a quick review. Cecil, you got to make sure that you got a legal business set up, whether it's sole proprietor, LLC, partnership, corporation.
Yep.
Next, EIN number, business bank account, of course, address, phone number, email. And they want to, if you're fairly new, you're probably going to get under 50,000.
Well, let me say this.
Okay.
And when we talk about emails, we talk about a lot of different things. Okay.
Nice.
When we talk about email, we don't mean the name of your business at gmail.com. Like, for example, it can't be cafe, our restaurant is Cafe Social House. It can't be Cafe Social House at gmail.com.
Right.
No, it needs to be info@cafesocialhouse.com or Gloria@cafesocialhouse.com.
Right.
You need to have a real email address.
Exactly.
Okay?
He said it. At info@. That's right. Or customer service @ whatever you want to call it. But you need, there you go, support @ you need the company name in there.
Exactly. So when we say the support, it don't matter what the beginning of it is.
Right.
It just matters it matters what the end is.
Exactly.
Name.com at the end, not name, not gmail.com. Take
Right.
that Gmail out of there, or msn.com.
Right.
You know, take that out of there. It needs to be the company name.com. Okay.
Right.
All right.
And what we want to mainly do is help you guys get educated, because so many people go into the bank and they wait to the last minute. And I want to tell you guys,
Yes.
Gloria and I are big about planning. Like the first time I got a major loan, it took me about 60 to 90 days to make sure I had everything together.
Yes.
So don't get like, you know, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to do this. Don't feel that way. It may take anywhere from 60 days for you to get all your documentation together before you go to the bank. And that's why we're doing what we're doing.
Can I tell them this real quick?
Go ahead.
So when Marvin and I have been married for like 10 years. Okay. So when I met Marvin, I had a restaurant.
Right.
They sold the building. Okay. And I didn't have a restaurant anymore.
Right.
So Marvin and I became business partners before we got married on credit and finances. And he taught me everything, you know, like the ins and out. And we studied together. Like we was in the trenches together with this credit. I'm just going to be honest with y'all. Okay. Because he was my mentor. He's been doing it for over 20 years. Okay. Right. So I wanted another restaurant so bad, right? And I wanted this restaurant. And Marvin was like, nope, it's not time. He was like, we're not going to take our money and drop it all into a business. Right. You're going to have to raise the capital based off of what I taught you.
Right.
So I went out and I raised the capital, but it took me 3 years to get another restaurant.
Yeah.
So
it
was
took
like
a while.
A planning process.
Yeah.
Marvin made me sit down and plan and not just jump right into it. Just because I've been doing it, I'm like, oh, I know this with my eyes closed. He said, okay, but you want it to be bigger and better than what you did before.
Correct.
So in order to do that, you need to plan accordingly. We've been in business for 6 years, 6 years.
Yeah.
Restaurants don't normally make it that long, guys. 6 years, because I took the time out and planned and executed.
Correct.
And raised the capital that I needed to open the business. We made it through the pandemic.
Yes. And you know, that's what I mean by when the SBA going through tough times. The SBA came through for a lot of businesses.
Yes.
Were they a little disorganized?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe. But that was the first time in history that the whole world
was shut down.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
And,
I mean, really.
Yeah, that was deep.
Yeah.
And so I want you guys to realize, if you get your ducks in a row, if you plan this, if you execute this, it will happen for you.
Like
and if you
laundromat, like storage unit. You know, if those are things that you want, that's the direction that you want to go in.
Correct.
Let's sit down and put the plan together. Let's get your business plan together. Let's talk about how we go get this place financed. Let's make sure that we don't just get enough capital to buy the business, but we get enough capital so that we can buy the business and have working capital in case something happens.
Exactly. And so we want you guys to be successful.
Yes.
You know, in order to be successful, you have to have the information. So let's make sure you guys understand what you have to do in order to get this done. And the main part is you got to have those docs in a row. You got to have the taxes, profit and loss, bank statements, because they'll ask for bank statements, and you want all of this because you don't want something minor
to cost you money. I mean, we've had a client, let me tell you, we had a client who we were going to get him. How much money did it cost him, baby, for not for paying his Secretary of State?
Oh, at least $50,000.
I was so upset.
We had a guy lose $50,000.
I was so upset
because he forgot to pay. That's a good point. I didn't say that. Like, you got to make sure, even with the Secretary of State, that you're paying your yearly fees, because he didn't have his yearly fees paid. He lost a minimum, we'll say 50 grand.
Yeah.
$50,000 because he didn't pay his minimum, his minimum.
And the SBA is notorious. They go into that Secretary of State, baby. They go look. Because they want to make sure that you are a legitimate business. You got to have your ducks in a row.
Yep.
Like, you want people to lend to you, but you got to show that you are
worthy.
Of them lending to you.
That you're worthy. And I'm going to say this, for those of you who may not be interested, like Marvin, I don't have my docs. I don't have all of this. But if you got a great credit score, guess what? We can still get you funded.
Yes,
You
we
know,
can.
so it's totally up to you. We can get you funded, even though you may not have
all your
docs in a row.
Yeah.
All right, we got a quick question. Then I want to bring somebody to the stage. All right, we got Steven. Steven says, question, what if you have a business on paper for 2.5 years, but the industry you're trying to get into is high risk and requires equipment and initial revenue, but you don't have either? Who will fund? So I would have to dig deeper to figure out, trucking. Okay,
yes.
thank you. Thank you. Trucking. That's no problem. We just got to get you with the lenders who are okay with trucking. So I want to answer that question by saying we're still getting truckers financed.
And another thing, let me say this, for those of you who are thinking of starting a new business and you're looking at business names and all of that, that's why it's very, very important that you choose your name properly so that you can choose your niche. No, not niche. Your NIC code.
Your NAICS code.
Your NAICS code correctly.
Baby, I thought you stuttered.
I couldn't think of I couldn't think of the name of the code.
I thought you were stuttering.
But you want to make sure that you choose your code correctly, because that's what's going to dictate you with getting funding, no matter how you look at it, because you don't, like, we can still get you funded in trucking, but you don't want to be considered a high risk business. So, like, for example, I wouldn't name my business, for example, 123 Trucking on the end, Inc. You don't want to put that in your business name. You want to do something that's very general, like 123 Enterprise, or 123 something group, elite management, or elite group, or something like that. You want to be really careful when you're choosing your business name.
Right. All right, guys, I want to bring up my guy, Matthew. Matthew, you there?
Oh, yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
All right.
Yeah. And Steven, we still can get you funded. Just reach out.
Yeah, we still can get you funded. So look, guys, we have a live person on here. I believe I met Matthew on TikTok, right?
Right.
We met on TikTok, guys. So if you're not following us on TikTok, I'm Money Marv, the mentor on TikTok, Gloria _ the coach on TikTok. Follow us, guys, because we drop off some great information.
Yeah.
So Matthew, tell them first, like, what did you like?
What was your experience?
Yeah, what was your experience? Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so my experience with you guys have been top tier. I've dealt with several people, just to kind of give a little background. I literally was working on my credit for about 2 years. First person that I purchased, their response time was very minimal at anything. I could wait for 2 or 3 days. You guys, I'll send you a message within, say, a few minutes, I get a message back. So that made me feel real comfortable.
Good.
Every time I ask you guys a question, you answer my question. The other people, it could go for a week, and I have to repeat that question several times, and then it got to a point a few months later they just disappeared on me. So
so far, how much capital have we helped you raise?
As of right now, 70.
70?
Now 70,000. Yeah, 70.
70,000.
Yeah.
Y'all hear this, right? This is a real testimony. We ain't talking about somebody we helped and we got to tell you the story. He's right here on the call on YouTube giving y'all real information.
And how many days did it take you to get 70,000?
I'll say the first 50, because it was 2. Okay, so first 50 was, I would say, within 2 weeks.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, within 2 weeks, and then the next one's probably about another week or 2 afterwards. I did hear you guys speaking earlier, which is a very good point that you guys are kind of driving home. A lot of people online say that you don't have to worry about your credit, and that's the biggest crock of whatever. That is not true at all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The best way to get credit is to have good credit. You know what I'm saying? The best way for the banks to look at you and say, okay, then you're worthy of getting XYZ, $300, $400, $50,000 worth of credit. You definitely have to work on your credit. And that's one mistake that I had at the very beginning. My credit wasn't all that great, and I'm going to banks and they're like, nope, denied. And I finally, like I said, started reaching out to people.
Mhm.
And then got to a point where I had to basically do it myself. So,
Right.
I learned a lot, in that
Amen.
process. And
Mhm.
so then, like I said, linking up with you guys made it much easier because, again, yes, it has a lot to do with credit, but it also has a lot to do with that background. You guys
Yeah.
brought in that knowledge of, hey, yo, you need to look like this or XYZ,
Mhm.
so that,
Right.
attached to your credit, then they won't ask for that extra documentation. So I appreciate that.
Man,
No
we
problem.
appreciate you. And I
Thank
want
you.
to
Yeah.
even give you a compliment as a customer. It's not all about us. I
Hmm.
like the fact that you were knowledgeable.
Hmm.
You were patient. I mean, you talking, I think you said it's been 2 weeks or something like that for 70,000. To
Right.
me, you've been very patient during that process.
Mhm.
You've asked the right questions, which means I feel you did your homework.
Most
Right.
definitely.
Right. Right. Right.
You researched things. You made sure you knew about inquiries
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
the
Oh yeah.
balances on your credit cards, all that. I remember some of these conversations we had.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah. The secondary credit bureaus, like I never
yeah,
knew that.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? All I hear about is the main three,
Mhm.
and that's what you're told in school. And truth be told, it really doesn't even matter about those because the
Right.
other ones are the ones that's holding that information for the main three to reach out to, and we never know about those. So that's another one that maybe you guys could kind of jump in and you know give
Yeah.
that knowledge as well, because I don't know many people. I know no one in my line knew about it.
right,
I
Yeah.
ran
right.
across it just because I had to dig into it.
Yeah, and see, people have a misconception about those secondary bureaus. Now you can freeze them
Hmm.
to keep lenders from looking at them because if you had bad stuff on your personal credit at the big three,
Hmm.
Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, more than likely the lower or the secondary bureaus are going to have that same bad information.
Most
So
Right.
definitely.
if you freeze them, it's good. But I've been saying this for years, and Gloria and I talk about this privately all the time, that after a while, we're going to have to tell people to do credit repair, even on the secondary
Most definitely.
bureaus.
Right.
And they really
Exactly.
need to.
Yeah,
They really need
because
to.
it's a lender.
Because some lenders still won't
Yeah,
approve
I was
you.
about to say, some
They'll
Right.
ask you
lenders,
to unfreeze it.
yeah, some
Right.
lenders that'll tell you
Right.
in order to approve you, we need you to unfreeze this. So
Mhm.
I think, in the next 3 to 5 years, people are going to have to unfreeze those. Also, I think that, it's not just going to be about credit in the next 3 to 5 years
Oh, yeah.
because they have all these fintech companies coming out. And that's why we're harping on telling people, hey, get your business bank account. Also, make sure that you're depositing all your money in the business bank account because I think they're going to get to a point where it's going to be credit, but then it's going to be a lot of weight put on cash flow as well.
Most
Right.
definitely. So it's
Right.
important, y'all, get to the bag now. Because I'm
Yeah.
telling you, the
Right.
changes are coming down the pipeline. Like they gonna want to tap into you because like we can really manipulate credit,
Yeah.
but you cannot
Manipulate cash
that
flow.
cash flow in that bank
Right.
account.
Yeah.
They're gonna connect right to that bank account. So you don't have to write down how much money you make. It's gonna tell them how
Yeah.
much money you make, how
Yeah.
many
Right.
NSF you had.
Yeah.
What is your ending balance after all the bills are paid? What is that ending balance when that statement? Is it negative or
Yeah.
is it positive?
And then one thing
Right.
that we also do, and I think we did this with Matthew, we're not going to try to shop your credit everywhere.
Yeah.
We're going to try to take you places where we know, hey, I've looked at this
Mhm.
credit profile. I've seen a
Right.
credit profile like this
Yeah.
100 times. So you know what? I think Matthew has his best chances here or his
Right.
best chances there. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Matthew, I think for that 70,000, you only got like 2 inquiries, right?
Yeah, it was 2 for those. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Yes.
not like, you hear this credit stacking and this and that. You hear all these theories online, and we got to talk tomorrow. I know we've been traveling and
Yeah. Yeah.
you've been moving around, but we got to talk tomorrow because you still got more to get.
And can you imagine
Oh, yeah.
one car, guys, $50,000
Yeah.
on one car?
Yeah. And
That
then,
right
Well, I mean, you
Oh,
piqued my
Taser.
interest with that 600K, so I'm looking for that too.
yeah.
Okay,
And
yeah.
then also, I don't know if we talked about this or not, Matthew, but you can possibly get a shelf corp and we can kind of run this thing back. And
All over
we're
again.
not done with the first one, but if you get a shelf corp, we can kind of start start at the first one and come back and stay ahead with the other one. We can do some creative stuff.
Okay, yeah,
it's just a matter of if you want to, if you want to invest in it.
We spoke about that, but I ain't want to overwhelm you right now.
Oh no, I'm good.
Yeah, nah, man. Yeah, but nah, it's everything that you guys are saying is true, and as far as the banks looking, in the near future when it comes to the cash flow type situation, that's kind of sort of right on top of us right now, to be honest with you. Because one thing they look at when it comes to your business is how many deposits versus withdrawals they have. Because I had one gentleman speak to me about that as well. So, they definitely looking into it a lot harder now than say 10 years ago.
And I think take your time. Like I had another business owner do this. He got excited when he met us and he ran out and opened up 3 bank accounts in 1 week. And guess what? You get automatic denials for stuff like that.
Yep.
So
I before I ran into y'all, I did the same thing. And my reason for doing it was the customers I was dealing with wanted to deal with particular banks. So within say a month and a half, I opened up like 4 different business accounts as well as personal. And that definitely happened before I started dealing with y'all. They were like, "Oh, well, you open up so many accounts. Is there a reason?" And that was my reason for getting denied. So that's true.
Yeah. So we don't want people to get themselves in trouble. So let me answer this one question right quick, Matthew. It says sometimes you feel like you need money to ask for money with these loans and lenders. It is not like getting a job because you have no experience. I'm like, how do you expect me to get experience? Well, that's real. I mean, I can agree with that. It takes money to get money. Like it's no way around it. There's no way around it. We got one of our 26-year-old daughters that even used the shelf company to end up getting $50,000 for her business. We got another, our 23-year-old talking about this.
It's not really about the experience. It's about knowing, having the correct
mentor
and the correct coach that can guide you through.
Right.
So you don't have to, they're not just looking at the experience, so depending on what you want to do, like Marvin and I stated before, it's about setting yourself up for success.
Right.
And one of the most important things in doing that is having you a coach, a mentor, somebody that can guide you along the way. Marvin and I, we have coaches. It's about investing in yourself, because a mentor or a coach is going to help you not make those mistakes.
Right. All right. Shelly has one quick question. I'm gonna get right back to you, Matthew. She says, so what if you pay off some of your collections and credit cards down? Is it true that your score would drop before it increase? So that's 2 questions in one, Shelly.
Yes.
So I'm gonna answer the first one. If you pay off collections, yes, your score will probably drop, but we would instruct you to pay it off or settle. First, I'm gonna say settle with them. Don't pay them in full. And then I'm gonna say get them deleted. Because if you pay them, get them deleted, your score may not drop. Now,
so 2 things with that. Let me say this. I'm sorry,
go
sweetheart.
Go ahead.
So when you're talking about a collection, number one, you never pay for what they're asking for. Okay.
Right.
And then when you do settle with them, ask them, can they remove it?
True.
And can you get it in writing?
Right.
And then you tell them, I only have this much. I can pay it off, but so if just say, for example, if it's 200, if you just say $500,
right,
I will offer them 225, maybe,
right.
That's less than 50 cents per, 50%, or I will offer them 200.
Right.
A closed mouth don't get fed.
Right.
So you have not because you ask not. You gotta ask. Take that step.
Exactly.
Now, the second part of that question.
Yeah, if you paid your credit cards down, I'm gonna say first and foremost, your score is gonna go up.
Most definitely.
So if you pay your credit cards down, expect an increase in your credit score. And Matthew, did you see something like that when you were paying your credit cards down?
I did see my my score go up. I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's it, y'all. That's a real.
I never experienced. Well, let me back up. Experience. I did see it drop like maybe 3 points, and then the next maybe week and a half or so, it jumped up about 25 points.
Right. So traditionally, and just so everybody knows, Shelly, thank you so much for asking that question. Traditionally, we lost judgments on credit reports probably, 10 years ago, where they stopped reporting judgments. So what that did is shifted the weight of a credit report, and
Mhm.
it gave more weight to revolving credit.
Most
So a
definitely.
lot of people don't know this, but it's more weight with revolving credit and on-time payments than just about anything.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Installment loans don't affect you as much.
right.
So you can have an installment loan. You can have 20 of them, and your credit is not going to change.
Exactly.
You can have one maxed out credit card,
And it'll blow your whole score.
It'll blow your whole score out the water.
Because I've seen this time and time again, where people will have one maxed out card, like Gloria said, one maxed out card or over the limit. It's two things: a maxed out card over the limit, it will completely crush your score. And the one thing I want to tell everybody on here: a late payment is the worst thing you could do to your credit report.
That's 100 points by yourself.
Yeah.
A 30-day late is bad.
A 30-day late to us, you know, in the credit business is worse than a bankruptcy.
Most definitely.
You know, like if you get a 30-day late, it's one of the worst things you could ever do to your credit. Yeah. So by all means, try your best not to be late on a credit card, loan, mortgage, anything, because you're going to kill your credit score. So, and then, you know, getting back to the SBA loans, all of it, like Matthew, and I wanted to bring Matthew on to make a point. If you're not ready for the SBA loans, then let us help you get
in position.
Get in position. And also you can get a no doc loan. Because basically, Matthew, how many documents did they ask you for, both of the lenders?
0.
Right. So we
cash flow changer.
Yeah. Right. Matthew was able to get $70,000 for his construction company. He didn't show any docs. So if you guys want something like this, then we got our free business strategy call where we'll get on the Zoom, talk to you guys for 30 minutes, make sure you're comfortable, answer all your questions. We'll get you to sign a consulting agreement. We don't get paid anything up front. We only get paid if we get you funded. And, you know, guys, it's a great process. We've helped thousands of businesses. I mean, I've been doing this since the year 2001, I believe. And over that time, we've helped thousands of businesses.
You telling your age, boo? You owe money, Mar.
Yeah, we've helped thousands of businesses, and we intend on helping thousands more. And Matthew, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, man, thank you for jumping on here.
Yes, thank you so much.
I appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Did you have anything you want to say in closing?
No, man. I mean, you guys pretty much said everything. And just to tag on to what you're saying as far as the maxed out credit. Okay, that was one of my biggest problems for years, and I had no idea. I had one credit card where it was basically hovering between 80 to 90% used.
Right.
I was paying on time, and I was like, why is my credit not moving up? Why is my credit? And that was it. So once I paid it down to where it was like around, say, 15%, then I started to see my credit score start to go up. So yeah, that's a big thing. Yeah.
Nice. Well, man, I want to say, Matthew, man, thank you. And let's also text Aloysia. Let me know if it's early in the morning. That's good for me because I know I normally catch you early. If it's early in the morning, let's just do a phone call so I can get you some more lenders.
Yep.
Okay, we can do that. I'll send her a message after I get off.
All right, Matthew. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you guys. All right.
All right. Have a good one. All right. Good night. All right, you guys. That was a real testimony. This is different from just listening to me and Gloria talk. We got one of our real customers talking to you guys, letting you guys know his experience, and he's still in the process. So Christian has a question. Christian has a comment. I'm sorry. I meant like they want to see you have money in the bank, not the other expenses. I applied for loans with the 800 credit and they wanted to connect to my bank and got denied. Yes. So let me say this, Christian.
Call us.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say call us. You want to get to the bank and you got that 800 score, baby, let's go.
Yeah. If you got an 800 credit score, you need to make sure you get a free business strategy call and let's get to work, man. We can help you get funded. Matthew had an extremely great score. We helped him get funded. That was a real client we're really working with. No docs. You may have been going to the wrong lenders, and it's very possible. I mean, you're not doing this every day like we are day in and day out. So you may have possibly went to the wrong lender. Book that free business strategy call so we can help you. All right. Caleb says, is it true that before buying a house, you can't get any loans on a car under credit until after buying the house. I was told not to collect any loans again. Yes, that's very true. That's true, because what you're doing, you're hurting your debt to income ratio, and you're adding more risk to the loan as far as a mortgage is concerned.
And it makes the bank think that you don't have the money to buy the house. So they're looking at it like, okay,
you're trying to borrow out of control.
The money. You're trying to borrow the money to pay for the house, to pay your down payment or whatever the case may be. And then when it comes to a car, they look at it like, okay, that's going to mess with your DTI. So yes, you shouldn't buy anything. You shouldn't make any moves. Get your house first and then ball out of control before it hits your credit.
Wait till the day you close, you get the keys. Now go buy the car.
Then go ball out of control.
Because you don't want to buy the car, you ain't got no damn garage to put it in.
Exactly.
So get the car first. All right, Shelly. Shelly said, thank you for the information. I'm sorry, got to do schoolwork. And she's gonna watch us. Guys, make sure you guys subscribe. I want to thank the guys that got on here early. I want to thank Love and Happiness and Christian, because you guys saved us a whole 53 minutes of silence.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you guys. And look, tune in. We drop videos on Sunday and Thursday.
But this Sunday, it won't be a video, it will be a live.
It'll be a live.
We're gonna have another live on Sunday. So be prepared for that.
So make sure you guys subscribe, you like us, and share this video. Like, even just for yourself, share this video with somebody else. We're gonna do one last question. Caleb says, when you say no doc, do you mean no documents to submit at all? Will I be approved only through my credit score? Well, I'm only telling you what Matthew said. So I can't promise you that you won't have to show any docs. I don't want to, I don't want to tell you something that I can't control.
Most of the banks that we do have are no docs, unless there's something behind the scene that we don't see.
And let me say
for the most part, we do have so many banks that we can take you to that don't require documentation.
And let me say this. They look at articles of incorporation, EIN letter. So when we say no docs, articles of incorporation, EIN letter. So make sure you guys understand that and you're okay with that.
And if you don't have, if your company, we look at your business credit as well.
Okay? Right.
Your business credit needs to be on point. They do look at that. If it's not, we do have it where you can, when we say we can kind of manipulate a little bit,
right? We
have it where you can get a shelf corporation and we can still get you funded as long as your credit is good.
And go to smartbusinessreports.com. Smartbusinessreports.com
and check it out.
And check it out. And
check out your business. Credit.
Make sure your name, the name of your business, and the address of your business is correct, because that could get you denied. We've seen that get people denied. But I want you guys to do this. I want you to check out the next video for everybody that watches this pre-recorded. If you want to know how to build your business credit, everybody else, we're gonna see you guys on Sunday.
Okay. So,
I'm Marvin Smith.
And I'm Gloria Smith.
Y'all have a great night.
Good night.